Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Blessed by the King, and just wanted to share some words of encouragement that were in my spirit on this evening. I just want to share with you, I won't be long, what happened to me some years ago, and I had lost my job, and through that loss, I gained so much because the Lord enabled me to really see how people really were that were encamped around me. And, at this particular time in my life, of course, I was still married. I was married then, and at the time we just had 3 kids. And, but I had never experienced anything of this nature, and it was really a shock to my system. But in this life, God will, and I was guilty, when we, place all of our trust in man will let us down each and every time. And the Lord allowed me to see who really was in my corner, and it wasn't at all who I thought would be. If you gave me $1 million and say, which one of these people are truly, really for you, I would have lost every bit of that money, because the whole thing about it was that a lot of times, and I'm not going to say all the time, but most of the time, when you're going through a difficult situation, no one wants to, they don't want to help you. They don't want to, most of the time. You have some people that'll really be there for you and things of that nature, but most of the time, nobody wants to be bothered with you because things are going well for them. So they're like, oh, they'll pat you on the back. Oh, it'll get better. It'll be okay. But at this particular time, as I stated, I had informed my husband I had received a meeting invite on the calendar. And so my husband, I had shared it with him, and he said, I think you're probably need to prepare yourself. You're going they're getting ready to probably let you go. And I said, oh, no. I said, not me. I was totally in denial. I said, not me. I do my work. I'm there. I'm always taking on these projects. I do everything they ask me. No, that just can't be true. So I was in total denial. Lo and behold, the Lord had already spoken to my husband about this matter. And when he gave that to me, I refused to hear it. I just did not want to hear it because, I'm thinking, me, how can you let me go? Me, I do my job. I'm here all the time. You hear those situations about people who don't do their job. Well, back then that was the case. And so, I wasn't hearing it. I wasn't going to hear that. And so anyway, I didn't receive what the Lord had already spoken to my husband through his spirit, and he was trying to give it to me, and I did not receive it at all. So this next day at work was the meeting, and I remember it very well. It was on a payday, and it was at the end of the day, and y'all, it was just really, really, everything really, it became real at that moment. That one sheet of paper in the conference room on the table, and that pen laying on top of it. And it was real then to me. And I just thought back in my mind, wow, the Lord had already spoken to my husband about this to prepare me, basically. That's what was going on. That's just how much he cares for us. He will prepare us for what's about to happen, or he will warn us. He will alert us. And so anyway, they did, I forget the wording of it, but basically they did let me go. And, but I was able to stay there, just for a little while, just to keep working and everything. But y'all, when I tell you, it was so hard. I literally, there were so many days that I was just weak. Spiritually weak. At this time, we were going through a rough time, me and my family. As far as we was carpooling. It wasn't rough, but we just had to, it was a lot of things we had to do to, we were down to, I think, 1 car at that time, and it was just really hard. And, my husband would have to take me to work, and then, we'd switch out the car and everything. And, God is just so good. But even when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Lord will still, He will still have us in his hands, and he will protect us, and he will give us the strength we need to endure whatever situation. But back to the story. And so after that, as I stated, after I found, they said that I just can't remember right now the wording that was on the paperwork, because I was able to draw unemployment, but I can't remember exactly how they worded it. I think it was elimination of the job. The job was being eliminated. Yeah, I think that's what it was, because it was due to a budget decision. And so anyway, during this time, I had to, still be around the people that I work with. I go in and out, and of course, when someone hears of things like that, oh, what did she do? But the truth of the matter was, I didn't do anything. But in hindsight, I see exactly why the Lord allowed that to happen, because he wanted me to see just exactly how the people were. These people, I answered to, I reported to, I did different things for, and I'm like, wow, I don't know. I just couldn't fathom that in my mind. Like, why? I really consider myself a good worker. I give 110% every day. I'm like, why me? And I actually posed the question, and I was informed that it's not personal. It's a budget decision. So I was like, wow, and to me, that was even worse, because that means numbers. So and I said, well, my reply, I said, well, there's several other people that have this job title, so why did I get chosen? Well, I understand now. The Lord chose me. So he wanted me to come out of my comfort zone. And a lot of times when we get too dependent on man, God will snatch us right out of that situation, and he'll let us know who is truly in control, which is he is. And I thank him for that. So during that time, as I stated, it was really rough. But I want to really go to this part of the story. As I stated, me and my husband, we were carpooling, and he would have the kids in the car, and then I would have to take him to work, and I'd take the car. I mean, we were doing that, and we did what we needed to do to survive, to get through this time. But this particular day, as I stated, it was days that I was really I was so spiritually weak. It was all I could do just to muster up, get ready every day, and go in that place, seeing fake smiles and people that I knew that had, probably co-signed on me, whatever. I was very, very, I was really hurt, because as I stated, I felt I was special. I felt that I did a good job, that why would I be in this situation? But as I stated, at the time, I did not understand. But there's an old hymnal stated, will understand, I believe it's will understand better by and by. I believe that's the title of it. So a lot of those old hymnals, they just come back to me now. I used to sing them as a young child with my parents, but now I really, really understand the real meaning of them. But anyway, this particular day, my husband, of course, we had talked, and I told him, I said, I really just want to quit. I wish I could just quit, but I did not want to do that, because we had small children at the time, and insurance. It was just, I wanted to, but I would not have put my husband in that position where the load was totally on him. So I just kept going. I kept going. The Lord able me to keep going. So this particular day, I walked into the building of the office, and I never forget, there was a security guard, and to this day, I believe that this was an angel. He was sitting there by the little entryway thing, and so it was a long walkway, to get to him. And this day, I tell you, I think this was probably the roughest day this morning was. And so I always, soon as I got out the car, I would, put my fake smile on, and, I had been crying on the way to work, whatever, and complaining. But I say, okay, let me put my big girl smile on and try to get through this 8 hours. So I was walking down this little way there, and he said, this older gentleman, he said, hey, said, just want to ask you something. So I'm like, oh, what is it that he want? I saw him every day, and I'm like, you just, I'm in my pity party. I don't want to be happy. I don't want to hear no jokes. I don't want to do none of that. I just want to try to get through this day. I was so into my feelings. So he said, do you have a sister that works here? And I said, no. I said, I have some relatives that work here. I said, but no, not a sister. And I think that's what he asked, my sister. And he said, there's somebody here that looks just like you. And I said, well, you know what they say, we all have a look-alike. And he said, yeah, I think he said, yeah, it's been a while ago. And I was just, and he said, oh, one more thing. And I was like, oh, what else? What else? And I'm being really, really, I don't know, I'm being kind of mean in my thoughts. So I'm like, what? And so really nice older gentleman. He meant me no harm, but I was so into my feelings. I didn't want to be bothered. I wanted to be sad and mope. And so he said, one more thing. He said, I just want to let you know every day, y'all, this did it. When he said this to me, I know it was God speaking through him. Nothing but encouragement. He said, I just want you to know that every day when you come through here, you have a smile on your face. And I can't remember what he said after that. I can't remember if he said it helped him or whatever, but I do remember he did say he noticed every day when I came through that I had a smile on my face. And so after that, I held my head up and I said, wow, in your low moments, in your low spots, the Lord will lift you up high. He will lift you so high with his hands and his love. And I said, here I was being in my feelings and moping and pity partying and crying and complaining. And in the midst of it all, God was right there. He used that gentleman to not only encourage me, but to lift my spirits. And he spoke through that man. And I can't remember. I just didn't see that man anymore. I don't know if he changed shifts or what, but I really believe he was an angel. I do believe in angels. I believe that he was an angel that God used to encourage me. So after that, a little bit after that, the Lord used me again to help someone else. They were going through a hard time. So a lot of times while we're going through a hard time, it will encourage us to help somebody else, even though you're dealing with a hard situation. But help somebody else while you're dealing with your situation, and watch how God will bless you even mightier. But I thank him. I thank God for that time in my life, because through that he made me so much stronger. But he took a lot of he revealed a lot of things to me during that time, and he took some mask off. There were a lot of people that had masks on that were around me, and he allowed me to see them for who they really were. And they were not my friends. I don't even want to say they were even my associates. They just were people around me that really were plotting against me. So a lot of times, if we pay close attention, God will reveal things to us physically and spiritually. We have to ask him for his guidance and for his strength to endure whatever we may have to endure. But I just thank God for that situation, because it sure made me better. I came out shining really bright. Yes, I still ended up losing my job, but there were so many benefits from losing that. I gained a whole lot. And the number one thing that I gained was I saw people. God allowed me to see people for who they really were. And as I stated, they were not my friends. I thought they were, but they were not. So while I was sleeping and while I was, thinking what I was thinking, they were plotting and planning on me. But it was okay, because I know I'm not the first one to lose a position and won't be the last. But it was just at that particular time I had, really thought that I meant a whole lot to that department and things of that nature. But God, he moved me from that place and put me into another place. And when I say the heavens opened up in the next job, yeah, it was a 10-month gap there. I had to wait. I had to wait because I prayed. I said, Lord, the next job that you allow me to go on, I want to have a purpose there. And he did just that. So I just wanted to share that. I won't be much longer, but I just wanted to share that. I pray that this video blesses someone. As I stated, I'm new to YouTube, and I just really like sharing what God has brought me through and how he has blessed me and my family. I don't take any of that lightly. I have so much. I'm in my late 40s, but I feel as though I'm in my late 60s because I have so much. I have so much to share. I mean, God has been so good to me. I could probably write a book, but the different situations that he's placed me in, and you know, he's allowed me to come out a winner through him. So again, the scripture, you know, when a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. So I prayed and I prayed and I cried and I prayed some more, but God, he helped me through that situation. And the person that I was, you know, helping while they were going through, it just, I tell you, but after that day when that man, I'm gonna say that angel said that to me, that did it for me. I said, hey, you got to get yourself together, lady, because you know what? People are watching. And, you know, I'm coming in there faking, you know, that fake smile. And he, you know, even still, the Lord let me know that, you know, hey, even though you're faking, somebody's still watching you. And, you know, I just thank God for his power, because I know he spoke through that man to basically let me know to get it together, because he had my back and he had the situation in control. I just needed to do what I needed to do. So thank you all for listening. I pray that my channel is a blessing to someone. If it's just one person, hey, that's enough for me, because it's not about me, it's about the Lord. It's about lifting him up, honoring him. It's, you know, this is a platform to share information and also to testify of his goodness. So I just pray that someone is blessed from this video. You know, it's a blessing to be alive. It's a blessing to even have a testimony. As I stated, I enjoy listening to other people's, what they've been through, because you know what? That's encouragement for me. If they went through it, God brought them through, you know what? He's going to bring me through too. So I pray that this is a blessing to you, and I just pray that God bless you in a mighty, mighty, mighty way, and that you have a beautiful sleep tonight. The Lord protect you from the hand of the enemy, and that he just whatever he has for all of us to do, that we may walk into it fiercely and strong and mighty. So again, thank you for listening. And please, if you would like to comment on my page, and you know, just tell me, let me know that you have visited my page. If you would like to, that's totally up to you. But again, may God bless and keep you is my prayer. Have a beautiful night, and thank you again for listening. Bye now.